Elise Larson with us here in the John Mendola Show, Mid Valley Spartanets basketball. Has your passion always been basketball, or do you do any other sports?
I do soccer and I do softball, but basketball has always been my main.
And as far as playing it at a young age, and we got a bunch of siblings that are all
Yeah.
into athletics, it's just something you did.
Yeah, it's just something we all grew up doing, and it was just kind of like all expected, but something we all loved too.
You wouldn't know it any other way. It could be from an athletic family, but I'm sure that in a lot of ways you feel like, man, my parents are pretty cool. Like we run around a bunch of stuff, we play sports, we have a lot of family time. Tell us a little bit about what it's like to be in your house.
I definitely look up to them. It's like sports are always occurring. We're all very competitive, so we make everything like a challenge for each other, and we just like to make it fun.
Parents, they got to get along, but then when they're coaches, there's a different type of relationship. Talk about learning from each of them in their own way and the style between your dad and your mom.
They're both very different. They like to challenge each other and they like to challenge us. My mom definitely is harder, but it's more like tough love. And my dad is definitely like laid back, go with the flow kind of guy.
My kind of guy. Eddie is a good guy, because I know your dad. But let's talk a little bit about your teammates and getting along with them. And like, hey, at some point, the other players on their team, like, that's the coach's kid. But like, you got to work it out, and everybody's got to know, like, hey, I'm sure there's a respect level. And I'm sure your mom's probably tougher on you and your sister at times. So it seemed like everybody getting along and on the same page.
Yeah, we all tend to get along. We're a big family. We like to laugh, we like to have fun, but we also we know we need to get serious at times, but we like to have that fun aspect of it.
I asked your sister this question about, can you see yourself coaching in the future, or you're kind of like, it's not really for me?
I could see it coming my way, and I definitely would take it, but right now I don't really know what I want to do.
Let's talk about playing. How much you enjoy playing the game, where you play on the court here at Mid Valley.
I love playing. It's definitely challenging at times. There's definitely a lot of pressure that you get, but it's just really easy, like playing with the girls you play with. You just have fun.
As far as the parts of the game you feel like, hey, I'm doing pretty good in this area, and then other parts you want to improve on, how would you kind of break down you?
If I notice I'm doing better in one area than another, I'll try and keep doing better in that area, and just try and, like, if I'm doing better on defense, I'll try and get better passes. I'll do better on defense, make sure I'm getting steals, making sure I'm where I'm supposed to be, just doing better where I need to be.
Your mom kind of said, hey, listen, I have this rule. I don't really talk about it unless they bring it up. So, all right, hey, you're coming off a tough loss,
Yeah.
and you're getting ready to get in the car and go home. Is it mom and dad in the same car? Because sometimes dad works like a little different. Is it, you're kind of split up? Do you guys talk basketball? You're kind of like a lot of silence for a little bit. An hour later, you're talking about it.
Lately, it's usually Abby and I go home in a different car, and we talk about it maybe like 2 hours later if it's bad. If it's a bad practice,
Sure.
I'll pick a parent to go with, depending on which one I had a better time with.
Those are all fun, real stories that like all of us go through it, as parents and kids, and how your kid played. It's just kind of a laugh, I guess we could all have. Let's talk about the academic side of things. Are you like a real structured person? You're studying late. You're getting up real early. Like, what's your life like balance wise as far as academics and athletics?
I definitely try to balance them out equally. I know that academics are just as important, and I know if I don't have my grades like where they're supposed to be, I won't be able to play. So I know I need to keep them up, and I do try to study as much as I can and keep it very balanced.
So whether you guys have a fantastic season, a great season, a good season, a not so good season, what is the constant with this basketball team? Is it, hey, we like to go out to eat, we'll go over somebody's house and watch a movie? Like, what do you guys do to kind of just make sure we gotta enjoy the process no matter what happens?
We like to do a lot of team bonding. So no matter how hard it is for each other, no matter how frustrated we get with each other, we always try to have fun with each other, and we do definitely hang out. We do like stuff around Christmas. We usually have a end of the year banquet, and we just kind of like focus on the fun aspects, knowing it's just a game.
I think you just put it in perspective. Great to hear your story. We wish you the best this season.
Thank you.